Good afternoon. I know that some of you guys did struggle with the work that we did today. So I'm gonna do problem 7 on the board. It's one of the word problems. We're gonna walk through on how to solve it, and we're gonna set this up to make sure we get this done. So let's read the first problem. Problem 7 says the measure of one acute angle in a right triangle is 4 times the measure of the other acute angle. So what I know is just call our angles A and B. So I know right now angle A is, so one acute angle is 4 times the measure of the other. So 4 times B, 4B. Now, let's use a little bit of background on our math that we may not know. We know that a triangle is made up of 3 sides and adds up to be 180 degrees. Okay? Now, we know a right triangle has 1 degree of measurement of 90. So, what does that mean? We have our 2 angles, angle A, angle B, have to add up to plus our right angle, which is 90, has to be 180. Now we can simplify this a little bit further by subtracting 90 from both sides, which will give us A plus B is equal to 90. So the sum of our angles has to be equal to 90 degrees. Now, what does that mean for us? That's very good for us because we now have 2 equations and 2 variables. We can solve for this. Now A is 4B. So what does this A equal? 4B plus 1B equals 90. Now, we can add this together. So 4B is equal to 5B, which is equal to 90, and B will equal 18. Now we can do 2 ways to solve this. I'm going to put it into the second equation, so it's just a simple subtraction. What is B? B is 18. So A plus 18 equals 90. Subtract 18 from both sides. A is equal to 72. If you get a calculator out, you multiply B by 4, you end up with 72, the same thing. So we know we're correct and we can move on. We got our second problem. This is what we're going to be working with tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow during class. Sometimes you're going to have things in slope-intercept form, but you're going to have really large numbers and they're not going to be exact. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the x and y values that are true for this, so we're going to find our solution just like we did before, but to the nearest 10th place, so 1 decimal place. So what we know is that y is 345x plus 1,259. We also know that y is 574x. So you ask yourself, how might we solve this? Well, normally we could graph this, but since this is really, really large and require a very large piece of graph paper, we're not going to do that. We're going to take a different option. We're going to use substitution. Again, since we know y is 574x, this y must be 574x. So we got 574x equals 345x plus 1,259. Now from here, I want to use a calculator because it makes life a lot easier for us to solve. So I'm going to subtract 349 from both sides. Gives us 345x minus 345x gives us 229x equals 1,259. Now, most likely this is not going to divide evenly out. If it does, lucky me, I chose the right numbers. But most likely it's not. So we're going to divide 1,259 by 2. By 229. Same as we would do before, but we're just going to have a large number. We're going to have lots of decimal places with this rational number. So you have x is approximately equal to, I'm going to take this to 3 decimal places and you're going to see why. 5.498. Now, if we only do one decimal place, it ends up being not as accurate when we substitute back in. So we want to take as many as we can. You can technically take 8 to 9 decimal places, but most of the time I'll require you to do 2 or 3 when you do operations. And if you're close and I can tell that and I see your work, you're going to get full credit for it. Now, I'm going to take this and substitute it back into this equation to make life easier for me. So we go over here. Y equals 574 times 5.498. Now we know this is going to be an approximate value. That's what the squiggly equal sign means. $5.498 times 574. So our y value is approximately equal to 355.852. Now we want to round to the nearest tenth. So what's our final answer going to be? If we round to the nearest tenth, our x value is equal to 5.5. Our y value is 3,155.9. Now, if you have any questions about this, I will be glad to work with you guys tomorrow over this. If you actually put in 5.5, you actually get a number that's 2 digits higher. So this is actually more accurate. So when you do your final answers where you round around the most, when you're doing operations, you want to have several decimal places out to get the most accurate answer. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me via the private comments, or you can ask me tomorrow and we can work on this. Have a great day.